Hello everyone, hope you all doing well. So I just wanted to share with you guys on some details or insights about the MCP Security Assessment Framework that I have developed. The main agenda to have this tool is very simple. I didn't find any structured references or document that would help any security engineer or AppSec engineer to teach or to tell about how MCP servers should be deployed or configured, or as an logic level how that application security should be there and how one can review, right? So that's where I spent so many hours to understand the different environments, how we can configure the MCP and deployments based on the business scenarios, and came up with a generic framework that we can rely on. Rather than a framework, I can put something like a checklist that one has to keep in a mind where they are assessing the MCP for a security consideration. So I had divided all MCP into a 7 layers when we are dealing with a security, where the layer 1 is about infrastructure, layer 2 is about transport, layer 4 is about capabilities, layer 6 is about client side, which we should be considering, layer 7 is something about external resources, layer 5 is AppSec, the main thing, and layer 3 was around protocol security. Um if we see in each and every section, we have a defined checklist, something like, have you ensured that your MCP network is isolated? If yes, click it. And do you implement a rate limit on your network level? If yes, click it. And in the same way, do you have any firewall rules? If not, leave it. Same way, have you ordered your MCP server? Ensure it has only the application that would be consumed by your MCP service. And have you deployed your EDR? And have you performed your image scanning? And do you ensure that there is no privileged user running and it is on a default, like it is not on a default user mode, right? So once you select all these, there will be automatically your selection would be saved in your browser cache. It will not go anywhere. Even if you reload the browser, your cache would be still there, right? And now you can move to something like transport layer. Let's see. And you can check whether have you implemented TLS 1.3, and you have OAuth 2.0, and you have how you have validation against the session IDs. Just I'm just doing it in a generic way, just uh, to show you guys. The same way for capabilities, do you have a command injection validation done, and all the tool input validation, output sanitization, and there is no dynamic tool registration. And see, there is a weight and the severity given for each of the checklist items, because if at all, if this is not something that you guys have considered in your MCP server, this can bring lot of security risk on the MCP tool. It can be either on infrastructure level or can be on a application level. And something related to path traversal, I'm just randomly selecting few of the items, because there is a amazing thing based on what and all we select. There is a functionality where we can generate a report as well. So layer 6, do we have any validation against LLM that we talk, I mean, like give as a sampling which we give to the user to talk back, jailbreak, client side input validation, MCP response validation, and secure MCP credential storage. And if we come to layer 7, external resource, API endpoint validation, API key management, rate limiting, response validations, encrypted database, query parameterization, dependency vulnerability scanning, right? And if you see, let me take this security scorecard this side. Layer 3 we didn't select it, right? Layer 3, MCP whitelist, MCP schema validation, JSON injection prevention, deserialization, SSE, chorus policies. I'm just selecting the random item. If you see here, there was a red before when you were below 40. Even we have a design in such a way it will dynamically generate a score for your MCP environment. And let's go for AppSec, application security authorization for MCP operations, rate limiting on MCP endpoints or application endpoints, and workflow validation, encryption data, and SQL injection prevention, PII protection, and event logging, log injection, right? So once you select all of them, you again see there is a dedicated score generated based on the checklist or whatever the items that you have already developed or configured as part of your MCP server. Now you can even also export this as a report. You can export as a PDF, sorry, or you can export as a HTML, which you already saw here, right? HTML, there it will show critical items, I items, medium items which are pending, and how many are implemented out of a number of controls, and what are the other security issues, top security issues that you must uh, implement. Something like here MCP server certificate validations. See, some of them, as I mentioned, I have kept in terms of generic that can suitable for all the business purpose. There are scenarios where you need not to do server certificate validation or MTLs kind of implementation. Then by default, you can have a checkbox ticket for that checklist, and you have some of the recommended recommendations and mitigation, and on each layer what are the important things that you are missing. Like, I'm not even covering the low kind of thing, the important thing which is essential to keep your MCP secure enough, and in what section you do not have a control, something like third party integrations and client side controls, and in logging or monitoring, right? So this will give you a complete idea on the current state of your MCP, and how you can secure, or what are the things that you can keep in a mind to make it much better, right? And if you want, you can export in a JSON or a CSV format as well, and you can show it to your respective you know team or executives, right? And I do have a proper documentation on this, but if at all, if you guys uh, see there is any confusions or need some improvements, or need some specific features or functionalities on this, please let us know, or you guys can reach out to me on the LinkedIn as well, right? So just wanted to share some insights on how we can utilize this tool in your regular MCP security audits, right? All the best. I hope, looking forward to the positive response on this. If at all, if you see anything that is not good or can be improvised, please let me know in the comment section. All right, bye bye.